Paisley, actress and spokesperson for the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, and also the wife of country music star Brad Paisley. So great to have you on The Real Story today.
Thank you for having me.
So your husband's just singing great, crushing it.
Thank you.
Now, so you weren't in Texas and got all the way to New York, were you?
No, I was on mommy duty last night, so I didn't get to go to the show, but I heard it was a lot of fun. He had a blast.
Yeah, he did. So he did a great job. And also, we were talking about Taylor Swift and that really emotional moment.
Very moving tribute, and our thoughts and prayers are with their family.
You've been going through your own personal health struggle, not you personally, but within your family with your mom.
Yes, my mother was diagnosed with dementia in her early 60s, about 10 years ago, and so we've been going through a lot of changes in our family now, and I partnered with the NAIC because they were a resource we didn't know about when we were going through it all. They're a nonprofit organization that exists to help consumers. So they keep tabs on insurance companies, and they help consumers ask the right questions, figure out how much insurance do you need and do not need.
Well, this is such a huge problem for so many people now.
Yes.
If you're in that situation where you're in our age bracket and you have parents who are aging,
right.
We're talking about dementia like never before,
right.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And it's the caregivers who end up having so much of the stress and not knowing where to turn.
Absolutely. And for us, it hit us slowly and fast at the same time. You know, all of a sudden our lives changed, and then it was a train wreck of 10 years where there were questions we should have been asking. You know, I wish that we'd had this conversation with my mother before she got sick and asked her these questions like, when you're no longer able to care for yourself, how do you feel about long-term care? And instead we were guessing and we were feeling guilty. So it's
Was there any sort of
resource.
denial?
About
that this was actually happening to your mom?
Of course, yeah. We went through all those stages of denial and anger and then just sadness. And then, you know, now coming around to finding the silver lining. And for me, that is about being a spokesperson and being an advocate for the Alzheimer's Association and telling people about the NAIC and things we wish we'd done differently. And that's the way for me to try to turn this around and make something of it. And that's what my mom would have wanted me to do.
So what is the hope that you try to bring to people? Because I know we're trying to raise so much money to try and find a cure, because so many people are affected by this.
Yes.
I don't know a person that hasn't been touched by dementia or Alzheimer's.
Yes, and the numbers are growing, and 1 in 6 women in their 60s will be affected by Alzheimer's, get Alzheimer's. Not to mention all the caregivers and all the people that are affected when there's a patient. And I certainly saw that with my father. It was a real struggle even getting him to come around and admit that he couldn't do it himself anymore.
So where can people find information about your partnership?
There's a great website, insureuonline.org, insureuonline.org, and they've got resources for every life stage when you're getting married, if you have a teenage driver, if you're having a baby, or if you have an aging parent, the questions to ask and where to go to get more information.
All right, I will also put that on my Facebook page and on Twitter as well.
Thank you.
Kimberly, all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.